We'll kind of ghost him a little bit. I don't really like that word because it's so harsh. Nobody likes ghosts. Hey y'all, what's up? So I got an update, and this guy is playing on my top. Okay, let's get into it. So y'all, what's up? It's me, your girl Carter, and as you guys probably seen on my last vlog, where I posted, what was the title? Oh, my text buddy. So we went out on a date, but let me tell y'all first, right? After he just kept texting or whatever, and I was starting to spin him and not necessarily like ghost him. We'll kind of ghost him a little bit. I don't really like that word because it's so harsh. Nobody likes ghosts. But like I said, I text and I talk with intention, like, what are we gonna do? Although I think that's kind of like biting me in the buttocks a little bit, and I'm gonna let y'all know why, because I think I need to stop saying that. Because I think it's, yeah. Okay. So he was calling and texting, and I didn't reply. I didn't reply for like 4 days later, I think. And he was like, dang, you know what happened? What's up? You okay? He started thinking like, geez, everything all right? Like, you cool? And so finally I text like, hey, hope you're having a good evening. Hope all is well. Happy holidays. You know what I'm saying? So finally he, boom, instantly texts back. He was like, oh my gosh, like what happened? I thought you said you like when people reply quick and respond quick, but yet here it is, you're doing the same thing. Y'all, and he called me selfish. We gonna get to it. It's so much to get to. So he was like, I thought you wanted, people to text you back or whatever. And I was like, y'all, we taking down my hair too while we doing this. And I was like, I did, but I told you before, I text and I talk with intention. And the way you text me, it wasn't going to be it. Like, all you want to do is text. He was like, well, my family had an emergency. And I said, I get it. This is when he called me selfish, y'all. I said, I get it. Y'all tell me if this was selfish too. I said, I get it, but even that Monday, I was clocking you from that Monday to see if you was going to ask me to go out that weekend. You knew I worked Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So like I told him, I said, you never said like, hey, what's up? Let's go out this weekend. Let's do something like that. I said, you never said anything like that. Yeah, but my family had an emergency. I get they had an emergency on Thursday, but that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you knew I was going to be off that Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You didn't say like, what's up? Let's link. I said, now I would have gave you grace had you been like, let's link up Friday or Saturday or something. And that happened. And I would have understood completely where you was like, if he would have been like, I'm not in the mindset right now. This was an emergency. I get it. I said, but you never said anything. He was like, yeah, but I called. You didn't answer. I said, you called and you were texting. I said, that night, that Thursday, I said, you didn't call. I said, it wasn't until Friday night when you called. And actually, you called at 10:30 at night. Me, I'm the type of person, if you're gonna call me at the last minute and you don't, and I think I said this last time, if you don't text me in the morning, afternoon, or evening, but then you text me or call me at night at 10:30 at night, that's a late time for me. I don't know about y'all, but that's late. But if you sit there and you call me around then, baby, I'm not a last thought before you was getting ready to go to sleep. And he was like, oh, let me send a text, let me call. You might as well not have called at all. So I told him that. And so he was like, I was being selfish because of what happened to his family. And for me just to be only thinking about me and myself, that wasn't cool. And had I would have answered, he would have said, we could have been like, let's go on a date. He was like, his whole thing was, well, you got to answer the phone. You got to reply to a text. Yeah, not if we've been texting a whole week from when we went out the first time and not leading up to nothing. Now this is the second week and you still not talking about nothing. I'm not finna be your text buddy. So he was like, that's just selfish. You need to think out of yourself. My family was in the hospital and they could have passed away. And that's how you're going to be. I said, be clear. I'm a nurse. I pronounce people deceased a lot and it still gets to me. So don't sit there and be like, I'm inhuman and I'm insensible and like I'm selfish or anything like let's not do that. Let's not do that. So I told him I understood. Then not only that, so he called that night. The next day, Saturday, mind you, I got a youngest, she 10. We like to go out, go hang out, her friends. We like to do type stuff. You know what I mean? We went to go see Moana too. We had plans. Call your homegirls. Tell them, Saturday we're going to go ahead and watch the movie because nobody called and made no plans, right? So the next time I hear from him is Saturday at like 5:45 in the evening. Like, you didn't even call that morning, like, hey, you know, it was a long night at the hospital. And that's what he was saying, like, you know, it was a long night. I get it. I get where you didn't call Thursday night. I get it. I understand that completely. I understand that. But to call Friday all the way at 10:30 at night, come on now. And then not even follow up. Like I told him, you didn't even follow up that Saturday morning, the afternoon, nothing at all, noon, you all the way at like 5:45. I said, come on now. I said, how are we going to do that? And be clear, he has an older kid. Like I said, I can't do really last minute things. I don't have a lot of family here. So like I told him, and this is a communication key. So the reason why we ended up going on another date, because this is a way of communicating. And like I told him, fun fact, my baby, my 11-year-old, she not with staying in the house by herself. And I'm not really with that either. So you got to let me know, like, what's up. Like I told him, if you're not trying to link up and do nothing and make no plans that weekend, if my agency, if they deem me talking about come in 62 an hour, 58 an hour, I'm going to work. I'm going to book that shit on Monday and I'm going to be there that weekend. So like I said, fun fact, going forward, this is what you got to do. So he was like, yeah, but you got to answer. He just kept standing on, I have to answer, I have to answer, I have to answer. I was like, I'm not going to do that. I said, because I already told you I picked up Sunday. I said, then what? I work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So here it is. We're texting and talking and voice clip notes these whole times. No, fuck you mean. I'm not going to do that. So we got past that. We communicated, whatever. Finally, I love to get the last word. I let him get the last word. I was like, okay, you're right. All right, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't waver on like that text. And I said, you just can't do that. And that's just what it is, y'all. When I tell you from here on out, he texts multiple times and call. And I'm like, all right, chill. Then he'll call and then he'll send a text. It's kind of irritating because then he'll send a text like, I just called. You didn't answer, my nigga. I know you did. I seen it and I watched it go to voicemail. But, okay, so he's like, all right, well, I told you from the get-go that I had something planned for you already. And I'm like, okay, all right, let me give this guy another try. Because he is like, well, I told you I had something planned. I really want to do this with you. So, into our date, y'all. So, we went and he planned like this wine tasting thingy. And it was a time. It was time. If you guys ever go like on a first date or a second date or a date, I'm here in St. Louis and we went to Cooper Hawk in St. Peter's or St. Charles, somewhere out there. Just Google it. It was a time like you sample all your wines. They give you 12 different wines to taste and they start with sparkling all the way up. Oh my God, you guys, I had a warm wine. It was a warm molded wine. When I tell you I wanted to mold all my wine and boil that shit from here on out, I was like, it was so good. I've never had that in my life. And I've done wine tastings around the country and I've never had that. So that was super dope. So we was just talking and stuff and just vibing. He's a cool person. I think I could be a little shallow. I'll say that for another vlog. Because I want to see if I might be a little shallow. I don't know. And sometimes I think to myself like, wow, will it really be me and my cat when I get older? Is this going to be my fate, my destiny? But, and my 2 dogs. Okay, so, but the night was going well, so we did our wine tasting, and then we got a table and we ate or whatever. It was a good time. Then we stopped somewhere like by his friend's thing or whatever, met some of his friends and stuff, and we was just talking and getting to know each other. I love the fact that we were really open to communicating, and I let him know, like, you know, this is what it is. Okay, so this is what I was saying, to whereas I don't know if I want to actually tell people that I am dating with intention to be in a relationship. I don't think I want to do that, because if that other person is really wanting a relationship, I feel like they're like, oh, bet we're on the same page. Now, we are on the same page, don't get me wrong, but I think for somebody who is mesmerized by your girl, I think if I'm checking off all the boxes, it's like, oh yeah, that's what I want. Like, this is it. Like, he was already like, oh, you're my girlfriend from the first date. Like, you're my girlfriend. That's it. Period. You know what I mean? And I was just like, oh my gosh. And I get like a little shy. Sometimes I think that I get a little too overwhelmed maybe if like they get to laying it on thick. And then you're like, how much can I believe? And then you're like, well, hold on, pause. You know, he was talking about destination weddings and stuff. And so I obliged him and, you know, had the same conversation too, because I said if I was to get married, then I would do a destination wedding too as well. So we just conversated on that, and we had a lot of like minds, alike, you know, things in common and stuff. I'm a Capricorn, period, Capricorn season, because no other zodiac sign matters, okay? And before y'all get to dropping in my comments trying to drop y'all zodiac sign, baby, Capricorns, we begin the year and we end the year, okay? Alpha and Omega, we allow y'all to even get in where y'all don't fit in. I'm just saying. But yeah, so we had a good time. One thing though, I had to let him know. He's a really sweet person, has a really nice job. He bought a really nice home because he was like, do you want me to pick you up or you want to pull up? You're not coming to my house. I don't even want you to sit in the driveway, and I don't even want to give you the address. You don't need to know all that. So I was like, I'll come over there. He was like, oh, you want to come home? I'm like, okay, pause. But really nice neighborhood, really huge house. So Bath and Body Works messed up my candle order, and they doubled me the order when it was the annual sale, when they were like $9, $9.95 or whatever. And so I have a gazillion candles. So I took him a candle. He was like, oh, so I sat outside, and so I seen him like waving, but I didn't know if he wanted me to move back, because after he opened up his garage, he had 2 cars in there and then one on the outside. So I didn't know if he was taking the one on the outside or what. So when he opened up the garage, I was parked there. I didn't know if he was saying come in or move back. So I ended up moving my car back, parking on the street or whatever. And so he didn't come out, because I'm like, I'm not trying to come in. You can come get your candle. You know what I mean? You can put it in your car. We can hop in your car. There's no need to go in. You know what I mean? So then I sat there for a moment, like literally 5 minutes passed, y'all. I'm like, whatever, you know, I'm scrolling, doing what I'm doing or whatever, talking to myself. Because you got to talk to yourself. So I'm sitting there, you know, like, okay. So finally I called, like, hey, were you coming out, or were you waving me to come in or move my car? He was like, well, no, I thought you was going to bring the candle in. I was like, oh, okay. So I gathered my belongings and I started to walk in the direction of his home. So I went up there and I went in. I went in through like the garage, kitchen, beautiful. Set the candle there. He had one going already, which was a vibe. Lights was on though. It wasn't no type shit like that, because I don't fuck around. So then he was like, okay, I'm almost ready. You can come in here and have a seat. So then I went to the living room, huge, open concept, big ass TV, beautiful fireplace, big, super like them cul-de-sac, them love. It was nice. It was a vibe. Sat there for like 5 minutes. He was like, okay, I'm ready. Because I'm like, you got about 5. I'm not finna, I didn't come to sit. I don't want to be in your house like that, because I don't believe in going to people's houses anyway, for the first off. But I don't have a blicky, but I be acting like I got a blicky in my mind if stuff gets sticky, okay? But, and so we was gone. So we left or whatever. So he has a nice house. He's established. Pretty cool guy. But what will mess all of that up? Where was my roses? Where's my rose? Where's my roses? Oh, you try to play me, because last time, just like the last time I said, where he was talking about that, I feel like that's making somebody do something that they don't want to do. Oh, if they're worth it, So we sitting there at the wine tasting, and he was saying something about seeing me again, and what the next thing was going to be, and what he was going to have planned. And I was like, all of that sounds good. I said, but where's my rose? He was like, oh, don't worry about it. I got something bigger. You'll see. I said, no, I won't see. I said, I won't see. I said, if I don't have a rose or something next time, I said, I won't see. Y'all, I swear for God, dude can be perfect. He can be everything. If he don't come up with my rose or roses, or I don't care what it is, the next time we link up, which might be tomorrow or within a few days, maybe tomorrow. He's a chef too, y'all. He was like, he loved to cook. I said, I love to eat. But not too much though, because my back is already big. And we got to get that down, because summertime is coming. But at the same time, I was like, if you don't have my roses. So he looked, and he's straight, because he would start laughing or whatever. And I looked at him dead ass like, I'm so serious. And so he was like, oh. I said, yeah, oh. He was like, I got something better. I was like, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just being honest or whatever. So we went on with our little date, had a good time, all of that good stuff. But y'all, this next date, I'm gonna keep y'all posted, because if he doesn't, what I'm gonna do is politely excuse myself. Matter of fact, I think what I'm gonna do, because you gotta pull these niggas whole card and you gotta make sure you stand 10 toes down. And that's what I require, y'all. Like I say, because for me personally, when you bring somebody, like, when I feel like when a man brings a woman a rose or roses, it kind of puts them in that gentleman mind frame, like, oh, this is a lady. You know what I'm saying? Because some people, they don't care. When they open the car door for you, oh, this is a lady. Yeah, we on that type of time. And it puts them more so like, oh, I gotta be a real gentleman. You know what I'm saying? Not often do you see people giving flowers. I don't even think a lot of people give flowers. So that's why I let it be known, and this is what you're gonna do for me. The people before him, the people after him, the people during him, because I'm single and I'm mingling, yeah, you're gonna oblige, and that's what you're gonna do. That's what I'm used to. So next time, if he show up without no rose, I think, depending if I'm hungry, I'm gonna eat, and then that's it. And I'm gonna tell him, okay, well, thank you so much, but I have to go, and I'm gonna let him know, like, no. And this time, and if he, okay, all right, I'm sorry. Oh, you automatically, I want 2 dozen long stem white. Run that. And if you don't do that, then we're done. You guys, I tell you it's strict over here, and you got to set your boundaries. But again, so that brings me to, I don't know if I am going to tell guys, again, like I said, that I want to date with intention to be in a relationship, because again, it scares me away, and I don't want them to try to pour it on thick and say the things that I want them to say and think like, oh, okay, this is what it is. Yeah. Anyway, you guys, but that's it for now. I gotta finish taking out my hair. I got this, and I got this much to go. Yeah, y'all, because my birthday's coming up and I gotta get it together. Yeah. Period. And do. All right, y'all. Well, thanks for listening, and drop in my comments what y'all think, or how I should exit stage left if he ain't got my roses. All right, y'all. Continue to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Bye.